live. Okay, and I think I am live. Okay, so this is the first solo live stream for now because everybody's busy today. So it's just gonna be me talking to myself like a crazy person. So don't mind me. Um Josh is supposed to join me, but I haven't heard from him. And I don't know, maybe Jerry might join in. So I don't know. I have no idea, but we will see. So let me see here. Da, da, da. Let's see. Close. All right, this is not going to be a perfect live stream because I'm still setting up stuff myself. Usually, I'm not responsible for these, uh, for hosting the live stream. So still learning a few things here. Let's see here. Okay, that's set up. All right, perfect. So there is not much news going on in Bitcoin right now. I mean, there are news, but to me, news is like, I don't know, something major happening. Like, oh, Dan is here. Thanks, Dan. Yo, Dan, where you be at, man? Where the videos at, man? I haven't seen a video from you in a while. You disappeared on us. But let me see here. The one video I wanted to show actually was a video about Kenya. I don't know if anybody's seen this video. Like this month, because actually let me play the video first, and then I will, and then we can talk about it. I guess. Been busy, but we'll get some out eventually. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, man. Hurry up and come back, man. We'll miss you. All right. Let's see. Let me see if I can play this video actually. So this first video is gonna be a video about Kenyans actually using Bitcoin as a medium of exchange. And I'm gonna play this video first, and then we'll talk about it. If I can actually set this thing up properly, actually. Ooh. Hold on one second. This might take me a while. Share, nope, not share screen. Let me see which screen do I want to share. Yep, perfect. And this thing right here. Add this on stage. Perfect. Hopefully the volume is working. All right, so let's play this video.
Now, while many people struggle without access to traditional banking, a surprising financial experiment is underway halfway around the world. In one of Africa's largest urban slums, Kibera, some roadside vegetable stands are accepting an unconventional form of payment, Bitcoin. Residents in Kibera, located in Kenya's capital, are using Bitcoin as part of a project aimed at bringing financial services to one of the nation's most impoverished and underbanked communities. From Nairobi, here's Michael Kaloki.
Early morning in Nairobi's Kibera informal settlement. A team of young men and women who are part of a waste collection group go door to door collecting garbage from the area residents. The group charges a waste collection fee for their services. Some of the residents pay the fee using the cryptocurrency Bitcoin.
I prefer to pay my garbage collection using Bitcoin because its transaction cost is really low. It's something like 0.0 something percent. I've been using it for a while now and it's really convenient.
Ronnie Mdawida and his team regularly undertake what they refer to as community meetups, where residents in the area are taken through learning sessions to understand more about Bitcoin. For example, how to purchase Bitcoins using Kenya shillings. Among those who take part in these meetups are local traders from the area, a group that Ronnie says was key in encouraging the use of Bitcoin in Kibera.
For merchants to exist, we first of all needed to have people who are earning in Bitcoin, but now also, we also needed people who are willing to accept Bitcoin as a means of payment for it to happen.
One of those who attends the community learning sessions is Ruth Kwamboka, a local merchant in the area. Ruth now also accepts Bitcoin as a form of payment from her customers.
I own a general shop where I sell maize flour, wheat flour, bananas, oranges, and vegetables in particular. As a merchant, I have accepted this Bitcoin, and many people in my area, Kibera, also use this Bitcoin as a mode of payment, and they are able to pay for any commodity they need.
Here in the heart of Kibera, a growing number of residents are turning to cryptocurrency as a tool for economic empowerment and as an alternative to traditional financial systems that many here feel are out of reach. However, there are those who feel that caution needs to be exercised when promoting the use of cryptocurrency like Bitcoin in a community.
The challenges around volatility exist because then Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are very exposed to a lot of, external shocks for markets, and therefore there's a lot of volatility for most of these cryptos at the moment, and therefore that is a huge challenge for the people who live in informal settlements. But then again, it offers an opportunity for alternative finance and for people to be able to participate in global markets.
Ronnie Mdawida and his team at Afribit remain optimistic that the initiative will enhance the lives of the people in Kibera slum. But is Bitcoin a viable solution to financial inclusion for the residents of this informal settlement? Perhaps only time will tell. Michael Kaloki, BBC News, Nairobi.
Very, very interesting video. I mean, so there's not too many people watching this live right now, but if you're watching the replays, I want to hear your thoughts about like what you think about Kenya actually using Bitcoin as a medium of exchange, because this is huge. Because a lot of people like talk about how actually, let me remove this one. So a lot of people talk about how Bitcoin is not money. Bitcoin is, it's just a speculative thing or whatever. But like, it's actually, to me, this felt like the biggest video of the year, because we finally have, I guess maybe not a country, but like a portion of a country using Bitcoin the way it was supposed to be used, like as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. You're providing value to the community, whether it's selling produce, selling whatever you have to do, or picking up garbage, or anything. You are doing a service to somebody else, and they are paying you with something that you don't need a middleman. You don't need a bank. And the best part about it is that you're paying the person with a form of money that somebody else cannot print. That money will actually keep its value over time. So like when you send that person, I don't know, 10 satoshis, 20 satoshis, I mean, I don't know how much they're charging. Like this is good. This is good. Did it say if we're using blockchain or Lightning? Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they're using, actually. I'm guessing Lightning, to be honest, but I'm not sure. That, because I love that. Like, I hope that more actually, I don't know how to show this. Yeah, I can show this on the I don't know what was I gonna say? I wish more countries, like especially third world countries, I honestly hope they start doing this, because this is good. This is good. I love it. Honestly love it. And the other thing too is like the guy at the end was talking about the volatility, and it's something that people need to be careful about, and they're not getting used to this. And I think that's the one part of the video I feel like maybe they're probably still measuring Bitcoin in their home. I mean, I don't know what's the Kenyan currency, because if you are just transacting in satoshis, like volatility is not a problem to you, because you are just you're exchanging an amount in satoshi, and that satoshi is worth the same. It's the same. The sats you're sending, your amount of sats will not decrease. The sats that you're sending to somebody won't decrease because somebody else is printing more sats. So I don't know what currency they're using in Kenya, actually. Hold on, let me see. Kenya. Kenyan money. I don't even know if that's what do they use out here? Oh, the Kenyan shilling. Oh wow, Jesus. $1 worth zero. Oh wow, yeah. Jesus, their currency is trash. Yeah, I mean that's to be expected. Yeah, 0.007 0.007 US dollar for 1 shilling. Damn. Yeah, but yeah, lost my train of thought there. But yeah, I do hope that more countries start doing that. This is amazing actually. I mean, yeah, it's Bitcoin is a great store of value for those of us who live, in Europe and America and some of the bigger countries. But nah, man, this using Bitcoin as a media of exchange is I love seeing it. I love seeing it happen. Another story I wanted to, well, I feel like there aren't that many there aren't many things happening this week. I mean, yeah, Bitcoin is down what 4 or 5%. People are freaking out, but sometimes I feel like nobody zooms out. Like, hold on, let me show this chart real quick. Hold on. Oh, Jerry. Hold on, let me add this man on stage. Jerry, my man. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can. How are you?
Yo, I am good, man. How about yourself, man?
I'm good. I got confused. When you said 3 o'clock, I thought you meant 3 o'clock my time.
Oh, no. It's
That's
all
my
good.
bad.
No.
That was my bad.
No. It's all good. It's all good. No. No, I just started it live. I played a little video there. It's I don't know. Have you seen this video about Kenya accepting Bitcoin as a people exchange it as a media of exchange?
I heard a little bit about it. I don't know if I watched the particular video you showed. I don't know.
Yeah. You know what? Matter of fact, since it's not too long, I mean, I'll play it again just so you can see it. It's only 3 minutes long. Hold on, let me share the screen. I want to hear your thoughts about that one actually, because to me it felt like I felt like that was a big story because these people are actually using Bitcoin the way it was supposed to. So let me know what you think. Actually, hold on.
Now, while many people struggle without access to traditional banking, a surprising financial experiment is underway halfway around the world. In one of Africa's largest urban slums, Kibera, some roadside vegetable stands are accepting an unconventional form of payment, Bitcoin. Residents in Kibera, located in Kenya's capital, are using Bitcoin as part of a project aimed at bringing financial services to one of the nation's most impoverished and underbanked communities. From Nairobi, here's Michael Kaloki.
Early morning in Nairobi's Kibera informal settlement. A team of young men and women who are part of a waste collection group go door to door collecting garbage from the area residents. The group charges a waste collection fee for their services. Some of the residents pay the fee using the cryptocurrency Bitcoin.
I prefer to pay my garbage collection using Bitcoin because its transaction cost is really low. It's something like 0.0 something percent. I've been using it for a while now and it's really convenient.
Ronnie Mdawida and his team regularly undertake what they refer to as community meetups, where residents in the area are taken through learning sessions to understand more about Bitcoin. For example, how to purchase Bitcoins using Kenya shillings. Among those who take part in these meetups are local traders from the area, a group that Ronnie says was key in encouraging the use of Bitcoin in Kibera.
For merchants to exist, we first of all needed to have people who are earning in Bitcoin, but now we also needed people who are willing to accept Bitcoin as a means of payment for it to happen.
One of those who attends the community learning sessions is Ruth Kwamboka, a local merchant in the area. Ruth now also accepts Bitcoin as a form of payment from her customers.
I own a general shop where I sell maize flour, wheat flour, bananas, oranges, and vegetables in in particular. As a merchant, I have accepted this Bitcoin, and many people in my area, Kibera, also use this Bitcoin as a mode of payment, and they are able to pay for any commodity they need.
Here in the heart of Kibera, a growing number of residents are turning to cryptocurrency as a tool for economic empowerment and as an alternative to traditional financial systems that many here feel are out of reach. However, there are those who feel that caution needs to be exercised when promoting the use of cryptocurrency like Bitcoin in a community.
The challenges around volatility exist because then Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are very exposed to a lot of, external shocks for markets, and therefore there's a lot of volatility for most of these cryptos at the moment, and therefore that is a huge challenge for the people who live in informal settlements. But then again, it offers an opportunity for alternative finance and for people to be able to participate in global markets.
Ronnie Mdawida and his team at Afribit remain optimistic that their initiative will enhance the lives of the people in Kibera slum. But is Bitcoin a viable solution to financial inclusion for the residents of this informal settlement? Perhaps only time will tell. Michael Kaloki.
What do you think, Jerry? I just talked about it for a few minutes.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we need to be using Bitcoin for, not just for, a store of value and stuff like that. Again, we're very, how do I say this? Spoiled here.
Yeah.
And not just first world countries, but again, America, the number one economic country in the world and the owner of the world reserve currency.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very, very important to, reach back to the people that don't have a stable currency like us. And not only a stable currency, but I call it the the best crack house on the crack street, because they're all crack houses, but we do have one.
Yep. True.
And,
the best crack in town.
Yeah. So I love that, because again, we want to have Bitcoin to be used as a medium of exchange.
Yeah.
We want to. In order for us to get where we need to go, we have to have people passing this thing back and forth as a peer-to-peer, electronic, digital, no man in the middle money that is uninflatable, and it's a great store of value. That's why people want to exchange it back and forth.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love that, man. Love it.
Oh yeah, I love it. And I was talking before you got on about like the guy in the second part talking about the volatility, and I was thinking like, because he's probably still measuring it in his own currency, and I feel like that's why he's like seeing volatility too much. So like, what do you think about like the volatility part? Do you think that's something that, because like if you're just sending satoshis to someone, like when I send you sats, like your amount of sat don't change, like that sat will stay in your wallet no matter what. Nobody's printing more sats. It's just you keep the exact amount of sat that I send you, right? But for them, they're still thinking about, oh my God, it's volatile. So what do you think about that part, the second part, when the guy said that?
Yeah, that's a learning curve.
Yeah,
because they don't fully understand it. They just know that their money is broken and this thing is very easy and the fees are low versus other fees in a dying currency. So they're not looking at it in your terms or in my terms as, 1,000 sats is 1,000 sats.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's volatile compared to the currency that they're used to using, and also they want to measure it in that.
Yeah.
So when you come from a, I don't want to say investing situation, but when your base layer of money is broken and you don't realize it, and you're trying to quote unquote invest in something else, you're always looking to how many of these dollars can I get back off this base investment. And when you're looking at Bitcoin as a newbie, you are looking at it as an investment, but not a money. And that's the learning curve. And that's what we got to teach people, that is not investing, it's money.
Yeah. No, I love that.
Hey, Letha.
Letha, driving and listening.
The nicest woman in Bitcoin. Drive
safe. But yeah, no, I like it. I wanted to show another. Have you heard? I was looking for news actually. See anything that's happening in the Bitcoin space this week, or I guess the past week. I feel like there's not much happening. I mean, to me, I feel like it's just, everything's like, Bitcoin's down a little bit, but like nothing major popped out. I don't know. What have you been feeling lately? I don't know if you're much of a news guy,
Well, it's my job to be a news guy.
That's true.
No, but the main thing is the stuff that's happened on the base layer with the core and the knots stuff. I've been
Yeah.
paying attention to that. I'm very, it's above my pay grade,
Hmm.
and we don't have to get into it or not, but that's something that I'm really talking about right now
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
Bitcoin under attack, and that's
Yep.
something that I believe that I think we should just have the blocks. It's basically just a monetary network and not spam and stuff
Oh
like that.
yeah.
That's where I'm at with it.
Oh no, I agree. I agree. All that like talk. I was never like I always thought, oh, you know what? I'll run a node in a few years. I never really thought about like running a node myself for a while because I was like, you know what? I'll play my part later. I didn't feel it was as important, but like the more people are like talking about like like all that fight between core and stuff like that, I'm like, maybe I should start running a node. Like I don't know. It made me feel like I need to contribute like sooner than I thought. What's your thought about running those? Oh, actually, are you running a node? I don't know if that's a you want to answer
Yes,
that question or not. Yeah, okay.
yes, I am.
Yeah.
I have this one right here. I have the Start 9,
Nice. Yep.
and I
I
have
love it.
the 4 terabyte one.
Yeah.
The big one because
Oh yeah.
I plan on I run a full node, so I downloaded the whole blockchain,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe in sovereignty, and I believe in keeping Bitcoin decentralized.
I love
And
that.
it took me a while to get there. I got into Bitcoin in February of 2021, and I didn't get a node until December 2023.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
almost 3 years it took me.
Yeah.
I actually feel bad because I felt like I should have did it sooner, but I just
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't hard. I just sometimes I get it's almost like jumping in that water thing. It's like, oh my God, is this water gonna be too cold? Then what you gonna? It's like, yeah, it's cold for a second, but it's not that bad.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I do run a Bitcoin node, yeah.
Yeah. That's how I felt because being in Bitcoin since 2019, I'm like, damn, like I'm still not running a node. I feel like a trader. I'm like, yo, what am I doing? Jesus Christ! Like I feel bad. Like now I feel like I need to go get me some. Oh man, I don't know. It's the fear. I don't know if you've had that fear when you were first like moving your coins to a cold wallet. It's not a fear. It's like you just feel like I don't know what I'm doing. There's nobody really in like here to hold my hand, so I have to do my own research and do all. It just feels like I'm so alone that it's like before I do it, I feel like I need to know everything before I like start buying stuff. I feel like that's the same thing with the nose. I'm like, okay, what do I get? Which one do I get? Like, what do I do? Thankfully, Forrest has been putting out some pretty good videos about actually running nodes, and I love those. But like, do you feel the same way actually? Like, is like the starting?
Yes, I did in the beginning. I hired
Yeah.
a company to help me in the
Oh, okay.
beginning, but I did that. But now, if I had to do it now in 2025, I would definitely join a community. Speaking of
Yeah.
Force has a really good community. I have
Yep.
a pretty good community
Yep.
where you want to get with people that are like minded. Because what you just said earlier was great when you said I get nervous when I move my Bitcoin and transfer it over on the base
Yep.
layer. That is the first time you do that. Second time, it is scary
Mhm. Mhm.
because you're putting
Yeah.
your net worth out there and it's just floating in the ether. And
Yeah.
you're like, wow, But once you really do it, it does really become real. Like, hey, maybe this is just not magic internet money. Maybe this is not fairy dust. This is
Yeah.
some real stuff. And
Yeah.
when you see it and you understand the technology and stuff that happens, not to say how the sausage is made, but just to see what's going on down there, you're like, wow. Because a lot of
Mhm.
us when we first start, we're doing things on the Lightning, and
Mhm.
once we get a cold storage, we say, okay, we're going to move it to cold storage from our exchanges and stuff like that. But once you start getting a Sparrow wallet,
Yep.
really getting into it, and then putting your, hooking up your cold card or whatever you got to your
Yeah.
Sparrow wallet, and then you buy a node because
Mhm.
when you have a node, not only are you making everything decentralized, but you're not trusting anyone else's node or mempool to
Yep.
verify your transaction. You're
Yep.
becoming not only a sovereign individual to yourself, but you're
Mhm.
helping decentralize the network. And it took
Yeah.
me a long time to get that, bro.
Yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
again, I tell people, and I'm not there with the mining part yet. So maybe
Right.
I'm not a
Right.
full Bitcoiner, but I will say, if you've been in for a year, 2 years,
Mhm.
something like that,
Mhm.
I think it's time to really consider getting a node and getting a node
Yeah.
that's best for you.
I love that. I love that. Also, I have to ask, what's the shirt actually? Because I know you always have the best shirts. What shirt are you wearing today? Oh
I just
God.
put this one on. You know
Oh,
this one. You
I
know
know
that
this
one.
one. I love that. I saw the top part. I was like, wait, do I work? Oh, yep. There it is. I love that. I love that. Oh man. I let me see here. So the second little funny video actually I wanted to show. I'm sure you might have seen this one actually. It's Jerome Powell actually telling us why 2% inflation is good for us. So I wanted to play this one because it's he actually answered the biggest question that we all have. Hold on, hold on 1 second. Let me see here. Hold on. This is like my first time hosting my own live. So because usually Josh takes care of this, but so I need to hold on. Let me see here. And
I don't know what I owe you, man. I got to pay you some money for giving me all this publicity, man. I appreciate it.
No. You the superstar. No, man. I'm it's an honor to have you here, man. Hold on. And share screen. And let's see here. Jerome Powell explaining to everybody why 2% inflation is good for us. Let's hear Jerome Powell.
Getting it to 2% so important?
So that's a
General public, for those working families and people, why 2%? Why is getting it to 2% so important?
so that has become the globally agreed. Essentially, all major central banks target 2% inflation in one form or another.
How does that help my Nevada families? How does that help people in Nevada?
I'll tell you how it does, and it's I guess it's obviously not it's not obvious how that is, but 2% inflation, to have people believe that inflation is going to go back to 2% really anchors inflation there, because the evidence is and the modern belief is that people's expectations about inflation actually have an effect on inflation. If you expect inflation to go up 5%, then it will. If everyone kind of expects that, because that's what businesses and households will be expecting, and it'll kind of happen because they expect it. So
general public.
Wow.
For those working families.
Wow. Yeah, this was one of the this was one of the funniest thing I've seen in a while, to be honest. Like the chairman of the Federal Reserve just literally just like choking on stage. Like why is 2% inflation good for us? Like, oh my God.
Listen, man. Richard Pryor is my all-time favorite. I'm dating myself here. Richard Pryor is my all-time favorite comedian.
Yep.
He's never did a skit better than that one right there, sir. That right there, if you understand what's going on, that is, like you said, that is the chair of the Federal Reserve. That is the man who controls how much you pay for money and what inflation is and how much they print, right? He could not explain why they're only going to steal 2% from you a month or a year or whatever. He could not explain that. But we're going to steal 2% from you. Because if you understand and you know what 2% is, and if you think it's going to go down to 2%, you'll feel better about us only stealing 2%.
Right.
He can't explain it because it doesn't make sense. That's why he can't explain it.
Yeah.
He knows that the government's going to steal from you by printing money and putting more dollars into the system.
Yep.
At only a 2% rate. And by the way, what's his name? Albert Einstein saying the greatest magic or the greatest thing in the world is compound interest. But again, it can work against you because that's compounding against you. The eighth wonder of the world, yes. Will work against you because that's what compounding inflation and money printing does to you on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And he couldn't explain it. This is the man that's in charge of everything, ladies and gentlemen. This that the president can't fire. This is the man that every time he comes up on the stage every 6 weeks and does a ridiculous, complete and utter staging, fake, answering fake questions, scripted talk. This is the man that controls our money in this country. Jeez. And one day our grandkids are going to look back and go, "Oh yeah, did you guys really go for this? Is this serious? Did you guys really use the money that they print every single day?"
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This guy controlled it. One man.
Yeah.
Controls it. This is why we Bitcoin right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, no, they're gonna look at us and think we're stupid for real. Like they might all of you guys really y'all really just like the man is the sad thing is He is coming on stage and telling you that I'm going to take your money. And we're still like, oh yeah, it's fine. No big deal. Like, like what? Like, yo, I mean, to
But
be
this
honest.
is
Uh-huh,
but
go
this
ahead,
is
go ahead.
why they don't teach us about inflation.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because you know what, like let's say like 3 years ago, I did not really, I didn't get it either. You know, it took me a while until I actually learned, you know, read some books. I didn't understand it. But like when you understand it, it just like it just feels so obvious. Like it's like, oh, this is what inflation means. This is what causes inflation. Why are we still supporting this? You know what I mean? Like I find it hard for me to vote now because of this. Like like, it's hard for me to like be like, oh, I'm gonna support this party and support this party when both parties are just contributing to the problem. You know, it's like, and that's the main problem that we have. You know, like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, this
But
thing is.
this is what I'm going to talk about in my live today.
Uh huh.
I think I'm going to name it "Inflation is the problem and Bitcoin is the solution."
Yeah.
And we talked about this We talked about this, I think, the last time I was on your live, and then also in your
The
interview with me.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, that again, people, we need to teach people and start
Mhm.
from the bottom up what
Mhm.
inflation is. You
Yeah.
spend so much of your time getting out here trying to earn money, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Your purchasing power is getting stolen from you, and you're spending all this time not only earning money but investing in money and
Yeah.
saving money or whatever it is, spending money,
Yeah.
earning it, whatever it is. You
Yeah.
spend all these waking hours of your day doing it, and you don't understand
Mhm.
what the monetary supply is and how it affects, you know, your daily purchases. If you got $10,000 in the bank and they printed in 24 hours $425 million in
My
25
goodness.
and 24
Yeah.
hours, you don't realize that a tiny bit every single day
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
purchasing power is going out. It's still 10,000. You got a
Mhm.
$10,000,
Yeah.
but $10,000 20 years ago get you a lot farther than it does today.
Yep.
And that's what people got to understand. And they know that, but they don't
Mhm.
know why it's that way.
Yeah.
And that is where the opportunity is. That's what we have to teach people. Not
Yeah.
leading in with Bitcoin
Yeah.
or leading in with, you know, all this other stuff. Just say, hey, let's get
Yeah.
down to the bare bone basics and figure
Yep.
out and teach people what inflation is.
Yeah, no, I agree. You know, but the hard thing with this one is it's like I've seen it like even like with the nurses I work with, like they keep you so busy. You know, you working all the time, you barely keeping up with your student loan, you barely keeping up with your credit cards, you barely keeping up with your monthly payments. Like some of these people are so like their head is just like, I need money, I need money, I need money because I don't have enough money, and they just can't think about like the bigger picture. They're just like it's all about like making more money and not like why do I need to make more money? Why does it take so like what is it like? I think like 2 years ago, whatever, all you needed was $1 million, maybe $1.5 million to retire. In 2 years, it's probably gonna be like $2.5 million to retire. In 5-10 years, it's probably gonna be like $5 million to retire. I mean, I don't know, but like, but nobody asks why do I need more every single year to retire? Why is it that I need more? Nobody's asking. People think it's fine. Nobody's asking why. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. To me, it's frustrating to like because I cannot get people's head out of like they're like I guess like
Ass,
that's
their ass,
uh-huh. Go
head
ahead.
out of their
Yeah,
ass.
yeah. I didn't want to say that, but yeah. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard, man. It's hard. I don't know. Yeah.
And I do this because again, you said you figured it out 3 years ago. I figured
Yeah.
it out 5 years ago in
Yeah.
2020 in the summer. I'm 50 now. I figured it out in 45 when I was 45 years old
Mhm.
when I had a problem with something. There was a
Yeah.
big problem, and when 2020 hit and the scamdemic hit,
Yep.
and yes, I said it. Um, when
Well, I
that
believe
hit,
you.
when that hit, it really made me look at things different and go, wow, that's how I got into gold and silver and stuff. But I
Mhm.
tell people, you know, especially us Bitcoiners, we have to have patience because again, it took us a long time to get here. And just because we're here now
Mhm.
and we're reaching back to them, you got to
Yeah.
remember where you were at too. And if
Yep.
somebody like you came up to you
Mhm.
5 years ago or 4 years ago, you'd be looking at them crazy too.
Yeah. True.
So it's all about the approach. And again, the best and easiest way that I do it is I talk about inflation today and look at the prices going up. And
Yep.
remember 20 years ago what $100 can do for you. And I just start talking about that. And then they just go. They're like, yeah, man.
Right.
So that's not a made up thing. They know what's up.
They know.
Then
Oh
I,
yeah.
I asked him, I said, do you know what causes that? It's crazy. Do you know? And then I'll pull up my phone and I'll show him a video, and I'll have the Coinbase video with the crates,
Yeah, with all the
and I'll
I
show them
love
that.
that
They're like,
one.
what? I'm like, yeah, it's crazy. I'll talk
Yeah.
about him first, like kind of like connect the dots on the board, and then show
Yeah.
them that video, let them hold the thing, and they're like, wow. Even a Bitcoiner looks at that and go, that's a crazy video. Imagine
Yeah.
somebody that's a normie that has no idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It works,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. Actually, like now that you said, I don't want to switch the topic too fast, but like now that you said scamdemic, excuse me, I wanted to I just wanted to like just show this little thing real quick, just to kind of like, I don't want people to just think we're just saying stuff, but let me just show this one little thing real quick, actually. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. I just wanna. Oh yeah, hold on 1 second. Download. Oh yeah, let me show you this.
Nah, how are
Yeah.
you, man? Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. Make sure, guys, if you guys liking this, make sure you share the video with someone else, okay? So we can help my boy Ralph out.
Oh yep. All right, let me show this quick little thing here. Remove this one. I don't want people to think Jerry is saying stuff just because, you know what I mean? Like, hold on. Let me see here. I just want people to read this part right here. I don't know if you can see this one, Jerry, because yeah.
I can a little, but we might want to zoom in just a little bit if you can.
Yeah.
I don't
Let
know
me
if you
see.
can.
How do I let me see. How do I zoom into this?
I can see it though, but
Okay.
if somebody's on their phone, it'll be hard for them.
Oh yeah, it will be hard. Yeah. Hold on. Sorry for the language here, but so yeah, I just wanted to put that on there for a little bit, just so you can go do your own research about this one. I won't keep that one on there too long.
Yeah. Take it. Go back and take a screenshot of that.
Yeah,
and
go
zoom
back and
in
take a
read it.
screenshot, and you can go read for yourself, because I don't want my channel to be deleted yet. So yeah. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I've been going down a few rabbit holes, and
Well, if you don't want your channel to be deleted, you might not want to have me on your channel, sir. Just saying.
Yeah, no.
I do some Floridian slips sometimes, sir.
I'm gonna have to cut some of the things you're saying, man. Oh man. Let me let's talk about actually I wanted to show, I guess the other thing was Larry Fink, I guess the new CEO of BlackRock. I wanted to show I guess a video of him talking about Bitcoin. So actually, what's your opinion on Larry Fink, actually? Because I know some Bitcoiners don't mind him. I know, I'm like, I don't care, like, his opinion, but people like him because he does have a lot of power, a lot of influence, and he does things, and he's screwed a lot of people over. And I guess the only reason why you know what? It's not like I don't see him as, like, I respect some stuff that he says, because he's one of the only people like that I feel like he has the guts to come on television and say, hey, I was wrong about this. And you remember that video when it was like, hey, my opinion 5 years ago was wrong, here's my opinion now. Like, he's able to, he knows when he's wrong, and he will do the right thing. But some other people, like, we know, like the Omen Sachs, some of those people, they will still try to trick people into, stable coins and all that crap. So what's your opinion about Larry Fink, actually?
Well, I'm not going to give you my full opinion, because that would get you in trouble, and
Yeah.
maybe me in trouble. But I will say this: I trust him as far as his incentives go, and I know his incentives, which I'm not going to say here. Did he admit he was wrong? Yes, but why did he admit he was wrong? Did he admit he was wrong because he's a good guy and says, "Oh, well, look, guys, I was wrong," or was he stacking the whole time, lying, saying these things? I don't know. I don't know the inside, but I know Larry Fink very well before any of this Bitcoin stuff,
Mhm.
and let's just say the WEF, he is part of that now officially.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that organization is one organization that if you put a gun to my head, I wouldn't sign up with. And he's part of that now. And the person that scares me the most is that man, because he's very, very powerful.
Yep.
And I think a lot of stuff that's going on, if anybody, I like to compare him to the Emperor in Star Wars. You ever seen the Emperor? in
Oh
Star Wars?
yeah. Oh wow.
He reminds me a lot. Just a great
Yeah.
personality, just great guy, but he reminds me, very
But-
powerful.
Yeah.
That's who he reminds me of. I mean, Darth Vader was a bad man, but Darth Vader bowed down to the Emperor.
Yeah.
So that's what I
He-
think about Larry Fink.
No,
Okay.
that's fair. No, that's fair. No, that's fair. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Let me show this this clip real quick about him. Hold on one second. Let me see here. Wow, I really need to get used to sharing these screens faster because I'm not good at this.
It's not easy when you first
Oh
start.
yeah.
Because it gets thrown out to the wolves, bro.
Oh yep. All right, let me play this. I don't know if you've
But I
seen this
believe
one
that
before.
the view that there's a lot of legitimacy with Bitcoin. Certainly the technology around the blockchain around Bitcoin was pretty unrivaled, and it still is. And I became a believer in a, not like it's going to be a currency, but I
Right.
believe that there's a role for it like digital gold. And since most of BlackRock's
Pause it
businesses,
for 1 second.
Oh
Pause it for
yeah,
1
yeah. Hold
and
on.
I
yeah.
always raise the question, why would anybody invest in
wait.
a 20 or 30-year outcome unless you
We
believe
need
the
to go
20
back.
or 30-year outcome is going to be
Yeah.
good?
Hold on. Why am I not able to
Because if
pause
you
this
didn't
thing?
believe in the over a 20, 30-year horizon that you're
Hold on. Yep. Let me go back
Ding,
here.
ding, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Did you hear that part? He says,
He d-
I don't
doesn't
believe it should be a
believe.
currency,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Here's again. All you have to do is watch people's incentives. These
Mhm.
people do not want Bitcoin to be a currency. They want you to look at it like, hey, this is the new digital gold, ladies and gentlemen.
Mhm.
The money's messed up. This is safe. Invested with me. I'll take 0.25% off of you every year. We're safe. We're telling you it's good. You have a portfolio already. You got a little bit of gold in there. Put this in there. Now,
Mhm.
again, it's not a currency. You can't spend it on anything, guys.
Meanwhile, you
Right?
have Kenyans just doing their things.
Again,
Wow.
but right before the SEC announced that they were going to allow the ETFs to start
Mhm.
buying Bitcoin, all of a sudden Larry Fink turned his chair around and go, guys, Bitcoin's great.
Yeah.
Line up the incentives. All this Bitcoin that's going on to the quote unquote ETFs and these companies,
Mhm.
it could be a potential honeypot because
Yep.
again, he will never say these two things: spend it and put it
Mhm.
in the cold storage. He
Yep.
will never say that, ladies and gentlemen.
Never.
Never.
Yeah.
Why? Because his incentives don't align with that, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Again, the emperor will not tell
Mhm.
you, because the emperor has no clothes. He will not say, hey, spend it back and forth. Use it as a peer-to-peer. Hey, put it in cold storage, not your keys, not your coins. He'll never say that.
Nah.
What he will say is, it's a store of value. Keep it with me. I'll take 25 basis points off it, and it's a good
Mhm.
store of value, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
And
How
and
else
money
is he
fast,
supposed to
we
make
got you.
money? Yeah. How else is he supposed to make money if we just take it off if we don't buy his ETFs? So let me see. Oh, volume.
outcome is going to be good. Because if you did digital gold, and since
Go back a little
most
bit.
of
Go back a little
BlackRock's
bit.
businesses based on legitimacy with Bitcoin,
I'll just play the whole thing.
certainly the technology around the blockchain around Bitcoin was pretty unrivaled, and it still is. And I became a believer in a, not like it's going to be a currency, but I
Right.
believe that there's a role for it like digital gold. And since most of BlackRock's business is based on long-termism, and I always raise the question, why would anybody invest in a 20 or 30-year outcome unless you believe the 20 or 30-year outcome is going to be good? Because if you didn't believe in the over a 20, 30-year horizon that that those long-term investments would be better, you would keep all your money in a bank account or in a mattress. And so, all our business is based on hope. And I said, you know what? Bitcoin is a currency of fear. You own Bitcoin because you're frightened of your security in your country. You own Bitcoin because you're frightened of the debasement of your currency.
Interesting.
Let me say this.
Yeah.
Now,
go ahead.
it's a currency. Let me say two things that he said that was very, very important. He said an investment. You invest money because of blah blah blah. It's not an investment. Okay.
Right.
It's a savings account. And he said something else too. He said because again, you want to keep it for you want to keep it 20 or 30 years because he has to say this because the fiat currency, the word fiat currency is getting mainstream now.
Yep.
Inflation, because it's so bad, is just as bad as the late 70s, 80s. People are understanding their purchasing power is losing. So he says, look, we have to go out here. This is their meeting, they said. This is in their meeting behind the scenes. They go, look, guys, everybody knows inflation is bad. They don't truly understand it, but they know inflation is bad. So here's what we got to do. We have to acknowledge inflation is bad. Yeah. We have to acknowledge Bitcoin is good, but they hold it with us as a quote unquote investment for 20 or 30 years. So I can take 25% or 25 basis points off that every year for 20 or 30 years. You keep it with us. You don't put it in cold storage. You don't spend it because you're worried about the debasement of your currency because they're learning this word. We're Googling it and they go, wow, look how much. So we have to acknowledge it, not explain it and say this is the key, Bitcoin, because everybody's hearing about it. But you keep it with us. We don't even think about telling you to in self-custody. We don't even think about doing that or spending it. You keep it with us because we're safe. You've known us for years. Your whole portfolio's with us. We got the lowest fees.
They would never mention self-custody. They would never mention like wallet. They never talk about any of these things. It's like, oh no, my ETF. You know, actually, a great analogy that I heard recently was
what's up, Lauren?
Lauren, what's up, man? And it was when somebody was like, yeah, it's basically like, think of it like it's like the end of the world, right? And then zombie apocalypse, and Bitcoin is basically a gun, right? Like you want to have your own gun, you want to lock it up yourself, and when the time comes, you can use it to protect yourself, right? And then an ETF is basically saying, I have this piece of paper here that somebody else somebody else has my gun. I need to go ask for permission, basically. Like, you have a piece of paper. So if these zombies come to you, what are you gonna shoot them with? With a piece of, like, what's the piece of paper gonna do for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, so the ETF is like an IOU, basically. But Bitcoin and cold storage is actually the real gun. So I like that like analogy, like hold your own, protection.
Great analogy.
Yeah, like they basically selling it's paper Bitcoin. Yeah, just
And that's what the dollars are.
Yeah.
On a larger scale. It's an IOU, right? Because money, the only true money before Bitcoin was gold. Yeah. And the dollars were just a representation or an IOU of that gold. Yep. But once they started printing way more dollars than they had gold, and guess what? If everybody ran to quote unquote get their gun or get their gold, it's not enough in there for everybody. That's a great analogy, Ralph.
It's not. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. And let's see. Now that's about that. And then and of course the last point was when he said, of course, at the end of the video, he said it's not a currency, but it's a currency of fear. I love that he threw this one out there, but then just brushed it off. It's like, oh, okay, I see you. We heard it, but most people will probably just he'll go right over the head.
And this is why I tell people, study Bitcoin. Because when you study Bitcoin, you're not just studying the base layer, you're not just studying Lightning, you're not just studying the mempool and nodes and miners and 21 million and difficulty adjustment and all this other stuff. What you're learning about is the base layer of money in America, base layer of money all over the world. You're figuring out how the U.S. National debt works. You're learning about money printing. You're learning about the players that are who's on the good side, who's on the bad side. You learn so many things. So when this bullshit comes up, excuse my language, when you hear the stupid Jerome Powell stutter and do a Richard Pryor stand-up comedian thing at the hearings, and see him doing a 6-week thing, and when you know the truth, it's almost like this. You're a nurse, right? You're a nurse. You do it every day. If you watched a movie and someone acting as a nurse, they're acting, they're doing, but there's certain things you're like, that's not how it really goes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
right? And I'm
No,
sure you've seen shows. You're like, that's
oh yeah. There are
isn't
some
real.
shows you like. You see the show. You're like, oh, that's awful. Yeah.
That's Jerome Powell every 6 weeks.
Yeah.
When he's
Oh, yeah.
talking, and like, bro, this is not real. What you're saying is a absolute lie.
Yeah.
Like as a
agree.
basketball player, I used to be a basketball player. When I watch, like, I think I've seen that movie Love and Basketball or something like that. And I'm watching it. I'm going, the acting was decent, but when you watch how they're shooting and I'm like,
They actually shooting.
this is not real. Certain things. I'm just saying, when you know and you're studying and you understand what's going on at the base layer, guys. Again, not just Bitcoin. When you study Bitcoin, you become a history major, a finance major, a political major, monetary major, like all these things it teaches you.
Yeah.
And then when you see
You
these
learn so
characters,
much.
it's like, this is a lie. Like the only reason I knew Larry Fink, what he was telling me, because we study Bitcoin. Ralph knew what he was talking about. I knew what he was talking about. Most of you guys know what he was talking about. If you took the average person, they watched it, they go, oh my God, I need to call BlackRock right now and set up my Bitcoin and put it in there. That's what they would say.
Yeah.
90% of people.
True.
This is why we got to help and stop the propaganda that is out here. Because that was propaganda, ladies and gentlemen, what you just heard. At the highest level from the emperor. But me and Ralph, we see the emperor has no clothes, ladies and gentlemen. We see it. But we need to help you and put those goggles on to see that emperor has no clothes on.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, wild stuff.
Backpacker, how are you, sir? My man, Backpacker.
Oh, he's in the building.
What's he saying?
Oh no, I didn't. No, I said he's in the building.
No, I'm saying, what is he saying? Can we click on it?
Oh, Backpacker, where you at? Yep, there it is. Uh-oh.
I don't know about that first part, but I believe in the second part. Thank you for saying that, Backpacker.
Yo, you got my vote. Oh man,
I wouldn't last 5 minutes, man.
Oh God, yeah. The sad thing is, it would be nice to change, everything that's happening, but then it feels like as soon as you go in there, you're going to have to be corrupted in order to unfortunately,
You know what's crazy, and this is the true story. I was out last year. I'm new to Vegas. I've been here almost 5 years now.
Yeah.
Almost 5 years. And I know a lot of people because I'm out here doing things, and I know some pretty big people because of the things that I do sometimes and places I go and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was hardcore campaigning for Donald Trump in 2024. And I had several people, few dozen people, maybe a lot of people, to me personally, and it might have been some other people, asked me to run for mayor here in Las Vegas. They asked me to do that. Yeah, and I've had several people that don't know each other. They were like, why don't you just, I'm like, and I thought about it and I looked it up and stuff, and I'm just like, do I want to do that? Do I want to put, because to me, that's just too small of because first thing I'm like, oh, we're going to put Bitcoin on the balance sheet. Because I know, and I watched their debates in the mayoral thing. And I'm like, I would absolutely destroy these people if I want them. Not because I'm like smart or nothing like that, because all this stuff they're doing is just performative to me. I'm like, you guys are actors.
Yeah.
They don't want me to come up there because I'm just going to tell y'all the truth. That's one thing I'm never going to do is tell you a lie. But then I thought about it. I really was considering it too. Like getting out here.
Wow.
I had some people wanting to back me. And then I said, you know what? That's just too small for me. I want to, that's why I show my map on my show. I'm for America and for the world as well, but I'm for America, and I want America to adopt a Bitcoin standard.
Yeah.
And I want us to do I know that you kind of disagree with my dollar, my Satoshi backed dollar.
Yeah.
The transition to Satoshis.
Okay.
Overall, because people don't like change, and and I want so I want to have, and again, I do have a constituent base of people that pay me every day to get up here, because two things you have to do when you look at a politician. I tell people this all the time. Number one is, who pays them? Who pays them? Okay. If some of their constituents, cool. But if you have these big entities paying them more than the constituents, then their incentives are not about your constituents. They don't care about you. They care about the big boys that's paying them, and they become puppets, or what I like to call prostitutes. Right. And then second thing is, how do they vote? Right. So the only people that pay me are people that send me sats on my show,
Yep.
donate to me, and those are the people. I don't take any money from any outside entities. And the second thing is how I vote every day is I buy Satoshis every hour on the hour.
Yep. Love that.
And that's
I
what
love
I
that.
do.
Yeah.
So I am
Yeah.
a kind of a politician for Bitcoin. I'm a marketer for
Mhm.
Bitcoin, and I work for the people. And that's what I
Yeah.
do every day.
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. You know, and also, you know, the only I'm not gonna say I 100% disagree with you on the dollar back Bitcoin thing. I think I'm more towards the part of like, just I understand what you mean by, you know, people hate change. I agree, but like I just want to eliminate the middleman, because eventually, you know, like so you know, you go to a dollar back, but eventually those dollars, when you back those dollars, there will, like, they're gonna have to decrease the amount of dollars. The amount of dollars. So when you look at the supply of the dollars and the supply of the Bitcoin, right? Like, I just feel like this is like a setup for another 1930, whatever the hell it is. 1933 when Roosevelt said, "Hey, we need your Bitcoin so that we can print more dollars." Basically, I just feel like it's like you just saying up for another you know, because then when that happens, to me it feels like they're gonna be like, "Oh, don't worry, we will hold your Bitcoin for you because we will be able to protect it and give you dollars." That's why I feel like I don't like the idea of like keeping the dollar still. I think that's where I'm at, you know. But I get it. If it makes it easier for people to adopt it, then hey man, you know, it is what it is. Yeah. I just don't like the setup, you know. That's
I completely understand that, and I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I feel the
Yeah.
same way. But
Yeah.
the thing is, we have to be realistic,
Yep.
and we have to meet people where they're at. And again,
Yep.
Ralph, you're a very, very, very smart young man, because you are a young man.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
And you understand this thing that we're in.
Yeah.
97, 98, 99% of people don't. That's the
Sure.
number one thing. But number two thing is, as the president of the United States, or whoever's going to be in charge of the United States at the time, whether it's JD Vance or whoever, their job is to protect the dollar. That's why they do the stable coin or the stable dollar or whatever it is to back the dollar, because that's going to, you know, keep the dollar going for a little bit. But and I think that's just a Trojan horse to get to Bitcoin. So if they do the same thing, they back it with a stable dollar, and then they do it with a Satoshi, it'll be a ledger, be an open source ledger that we know exactly how many Satoshis we have in the country. And every time we buy some more, I'm not saying they're going to print more dollars, because everything's going to be digital. When I say a dollar, I don't mean a physical dollar, because I think that's going away. I think it's going to be a digit, and they're just going to call it a dollar, meaning one Satoshi equals $1. Then we're going to move the decimal point back twice so that you can have 100 micro Satoshis or microsats in every dollar.
Yeah. Yep.
But one Satoshi equals $1. And then eventually that word dollar will go away, and then it'll just be a stable Satoshi. That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
I'm
No,
not
fair
saying
enough.
printing dollars and doing all. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, no, I get it.
Everyone in the world knows, just like the debt clock. If you look in New York City or wherever it is, they have this up there, and you can see the thing. Well, they're going to see exactly how many Satoshis there are as well in America, and that's what it's all about. Because once people start understanding and opening up to, wait a minute, this thing is only 21 million. Yeah, America's the leader. We have this many Satoshis. We just bought this many, and we did this, and we did that. Everybody's like, wow, okay. But they know that their purchasing power is improving.
Yep.
It's getting better and better and better. And when you have to pay your cell phone bill, and your cell phone bill is 35 sats a month.
Whew. Amazing.
1 year, and then a couple of years later, it's only 27 sats per month. They're going to realize, wow, my service is better, and the quality is better, and I'm paying less.
Yeah.
That's the world we got to get to, Ralph.
Yeah. Agreed. No, I think we're on the same page. We're on the same page. Yeah. Just maybe different paths, but we're on the same page. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I like that.
You got a lot of comments up there,
Oh
bro.
yeah. Let me show some backpacker. Oh yeah. He agrees with me, man. You know? I love that. Let's see. Ralph, Jerry had a company video. Oh, really?
No, I haven't seen that.
Uh-oh.
Where's that at, backpacker?
You know, right? I need to see that one. Oh, sheesh. Come on, Jerry. Give me what them million Bitcoins at, man? Question. Let's see. And a question. What money is your own? what money is Jerome Powell then? Because why is it okay messing up if he's what money is Jerome Powell? I'm guessing what money is Jerome Powell using then? Yeah, the same money that we're using. It's I think that's the term that people don't know, the Cantillon effect. That's the people closest to the money, they get more advantage. I mean, I feel like that's I hate using those terms because guys like me and you understand it, but like the average person won't really know what we're talking about. So do you have like a simple way of like explaining the Cantillon effect to people actually?
Yeah, I back it up a couple steps and I go, look,
Mhm.
here's what it is. Let's define what is money.
Mhm.
And I ask people that, what do you think money is? And they'll say, oh, it's this dollar bill or blah, blah, blah. I say, okay. And then I'll give them a quick little history lesson. I said, well, do you know, it's almost like money is almost like a laundry um, or a dry cleaning business, right? Let's just say the item that you really want to get done is your shirt or a suit or whatever, and you bring that in. That's the item. Well, what they'll do is they'll give you a little certificate for that shirt or the clothes or whatever to dry clean, right?
Mhm.
Well, you consider if I had to go, yeah, this is money. That this is the thing that gets me that. Okay, that's true, but all that is really is currency,
Yeah.
right? Because money doesn't really move. Currency moves. Currency moves
Mhm.
like a current in the water, right? And it goes to one place. It always goes and moves and it's fluid, right? There's only one money that's ever existed, and that's gold. Gold is money, but it's
Mhm.
very difficult in a modern society to pass around gold coins, and especially now that we're in a digital age and stuff like that. So even before we got into the digital age, just to make things simple, we started making these paper dollars, aka currency. You ever heard of the word currency? And they say, yeah. I say that's why, because currencies move, right? The gold sits
Mhm.
in the vaults. The gold sits in the banks. The gold sits in the, safe, secure spot in Fort Knox and all these places. You don't pass
Mhm.
around gold. Yeah, you can have some gold in your safe and stuff like that. But the currency, aka the ticket to get your laundry out or your dry clean item out, is the representation of that quote unquote money. So we first need to know what money is, and money is gold. That's what it is, right?
Mhm.
Now, once you get that, then when you say when people are quote unquote printing the money, well, they're just printing the currency because you can't print money,
Mhm.
right? Money is hard to get. Let me say that again. Money is hard to get. Why is money
Right.
hard to get? Well, first of all, gold is a hard, physical hard money, number one. But the metaphor is it's very hard to dig up gold. It is such a difficult thing. So that's
Mhm.
why when you had Satoshi Nakamoto talking about mining, he mimicked that from gold mining, but in a digital way. And Bitcoin is a very difficult money to get, right? That's
Mhm.
the second layer of money, but let's just stick to gold because everybody knows gold. And so when you see these people printing the currency or the AKA the IOUs, all they're doing is they're sitting by the money printers, the people that are there, the cantillionaires, the people that benefit off of this, because again, these are
Mhm.
people that make the rules. Those are the rulers. That's why I tell people
Yep.
all the time, make sure you understand what the rulers are, who they are, because those are the people that make the rules up.
Mhm.
And when you understand who make the rules up and the people that are sitting there by the money printer, yeah, does inflation affect them? Sure. But they have so much currency that
Yeah.
it doesn't affect them as much as it affects you. And they control the money supply. And they're the people that are working for the people and taking orders from the people that do
Mhm.
the money supply and are in control of the money supply. So what you would need to understand is get yourself familiar with what it is, the difference between currency and hard money, and make sure you get as much as you can of that said hard money and just spend your currency and then save the rest in hard money.
Yep. I like that. I like that explanation. Yeah. Same as the evil people who's not getting a law and taken away. Yep. Pow. Pow is corrupted puppet controlled by yes, sir. It's amazing what free market fixes. Money only has the value that it has been put in. Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I love that. I love that. I actually wanted to show one more chart actually.
And I
Look.
want I want to say
Oh yeah,
one
go ahead.
thing before we move on real quick to
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
on this.
yeah.
When I tell people about Bitcoin is political and politics is Bitcoin, the reason why
Mhm.
I want Bitcoin as far as being the base layer of our money and being, a digital dollar being backed by a real Satoshi is this. It keeps these corrupt, crooked politicians honest, because once you cannot print money and once you cannot control the money supply, it does two things. One, it keeps them honest to say, okay, this is what we have to do. And two, they can't overspend. That is so important, because again, at the end of all of my videos, what do I say? We have a spending problem in this country, right? We spend 7.2, right? And we make 5.2. That's a $2 trillion difference. That's like you making 70. That's like you making 52,000 a year and spending 72,000. Now you can do that. How can you do that? You can use a credit card. You could take a personal loan out. You could borrow money from people. You can do all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you have to pay the piper. When you kick the can down the road and you have a deficit, a spending deficit every year over year over year, that compounds as well. But when there's no checks and balances at the federal level, and you can just print up a bunch of dollars as you want, not only will incentivize different conflicts, if you, I don't want to say the 3-letter W word that ends with an R.
Don't get me canceled, please.
Yes, you don't want to say that, but at the end of the day, it keeps them honest and it keeps them from overspending. And that is why we need to fight our butts off to make sure Bitcoin is the base layer of money.
Yeah, I like that. The sad thing is, like, there are people all over America that are like suffering with, like, they debt, credit card debt, student loan debt, just their finances in general. And it's funny because you compare these people to like the US government as a whole. Like, the US government is worse at keeping their finances in check than somebody that's struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're using credit cards to pay on their debt, and then they go into more debt, taking on credit to pay on their it's like a never-ending cycle. It's like, it's like, it's never gonna end. Like, this, the $37 trillion, that thing's not going down. Like, we're gonna look at this thing like 5 years later, it's gonna be at, like, I don't know, 40 plus 50 maybe, I don't know, but like, that thing's not going down. At least the regular folks, they're trying to get their interest rate low. I mean, yeah, the US dollar is the US government is trying to get their interest rate lower so that it doesn't accumulate faster. But like, their debt is never gonna go down. At least us, we can actually get our debt lower, but they are not gonna get their debt lower. No, that's not gonna happen.
They can't.
They can't.
Even if, like, I love Donald Trump. I really think I really do like Donald Trump. I think his incentives line up with mine, and I think when you look at, like, he's not doing it for money. Obviously, he gives his paycheck away. He's not, that's pennies on pennies on pennies for him. That's nothing. 400-something thousand or whatever it is. He makes that in a day. Okay, that's nothing to Donald Trump. So he's not doing it for the money. Is he doing it for his ego and some power a little bit? Yeah, I could say that. I think he is. But do I think he's really trying to help us? Yes. But the problem is the system that he has entered into, the blob, I call it. He cannot. The tentacles of the 450 departments of this country that is so big and so bloated. That's why we have a spending problem here. It's just too big to fix. Right. It's just the debt is too big. People don't understand how much $1 trillion is. That's a lot of money. Okay. That is
numbers. We're saying the trillion like it's nothing, but like when if you look at it like physical, like a physical form of $1 trillion, it's like, I mean, I can't even. It's like more than a football. I wish I could find a video of what it looks like.
I got videos of it. Let me say this. Do you know? I ask people all the time. Do you know what the difference between $1 trillion and $1 billion is? They go, what? I go, $1 trillion.
Yeah.
Because it's 1,000 billion to make $1 trillion. So just take one of those billions away, and it's 999 billion, which is, again, that's $1 trillion.
Yep.
There's no difference. There's no difference between 999 billion and a trillion, because that's what $1 trillion is, 1,000 billion. Same thing with $1 billion is 1,000 millions. Same exact thing. So when you look at this, they can't pay it off. This is why we have to adopt a Satoshi standard, not a Bitcoin standard. People are not going to buy 100 million sats. It's all about the units of account. And the units of account is Bitcoin. And in order to do that, we have to break the system, pay off the national debt. You know the deal. What I say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what we got to do.
No, I love that.
I got to check on my grandson for 1 second.
Oh no, no, go for it. Yeah. Make sure he's all right. Anna, thank you. Backpacker, yes, agreed. I love that. Oh, my man Josh made it into the building. Yo, what's good?
Thought I could pop
You-
in for a sec.
Yo, you came in at the end. Oh wow, I love that, man. I love that. No, we decided to go ahead
There's
and
no-
start without you.
No
What,
worries.
what were you up to, man?
Just chilling, working on some other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Jerry went to check on his grandson real quick. Yeah, we're
Okay.
just talking about comparing Bitcoin to, I guess the first video we watched was a video about how Kenyans were using Bitcoin as actual money as a medium of exchange, which was pretty interesting.
Nice.
Then watched Larry Fink talked about how he doesn't think Bitcoin is gonna be a currency, but then at the end he says Bitcoin is a currency of fear. So there's some interesting stuff there. And then what else do we talk about? And sent some comments. I can't remember everything else, but yeah, man.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just had
yeah,
to
some-
say hello.
Yeah, no, some good stuff. Some good stuff. Yeah. Now the last thing I was gonna show was, because we were on the subject of money. Was this thing right here? Because I found that interesting. Because Bitcoin, which is money to us, is only 1.7% of the global money. And you have all these fiat currencies, things that can be printed, and created out of nothing, that are like 80% of the total money, almost over $100 trillion. And then you have Bitcoin right here, 2 trillion, gold, which we're probably gonna surpass pretty soon. What are you guys' thoughts about this one? Actually, explaining this to a newbie. I don't know if this is do you guys think this is more of a confusing chart to explain to somebody, or do you guys find this to be like helpful as like a little orange pill tool?
What's up, Josh?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Good to see you, brother.
You too.
Oh, don't be shy.
Well, okay. Well, for me, sorry. This is your show. So I don't
Oh
wanna
no,
be like-
no, go ahead, man.
Well. My thing is, this right here, because I'm just looking at it now. Okay, so he says fiat money over there,
Yeah.
and then hard money, Bitcoin and gold. Yeah, this is perfect. I would definitely show somebody this based on what we just talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Say all that, and then show them this and say this is the difference between the currency, aka the soft money,
Mm-hmm.
the money they can just print, versus the hard money. Because again, when you think of the word money, think about how hard it is to get it, how hard it is to mine it, right? Because that's the key. How hard is it to bring it from this place that it's at, whether it's in the digital realm with Bitcoin, or in the ground, or under the water, or in the asteroid belt, or wherever where gold is.
Yep.
The only reason gold is hard to get is because the better the technology that we have is, the easier we can get gold. Because again, 100 years ago, we couldn't mine gold the way we can now.
Yeah.
Right. But 100 years from now, we're going to be mining gold like it ain't
Oh,
nothing.
yeah.
Gold is
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be abundant in 100 years, because asteroid belts, Mars, wherever, all these different places under the water, they're going to have machines that we couldn't even fathom right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Technology
be-
is only gonna get better. Yeah.
Yes, right. And that's the one loophole in gold. It's better than fiat, of course.
Mhm.
But with Bitcoin, there is no AI. There is no machine. There is no technology that can mine more Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
You can only get a certain amount, and every 4 years is going down.
Yep.
Now, again, that's the second, third layer thing we teach them after we teach them about this. But this is a great representation between hard money and soft money with fiat currency.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Yeah, the one thing that people will be like, but what about quantum? What about quantum? Isn't that gonna, messed up? What if they can figure this out? And it's like, well, to me, it just feels like by the time quantum comes here and messes up Bitcoin, it's gonna mess up a whole lot more things. Before it gets there, because oh, go ahead.
I'll let Josh go, but I got something to say about this. Go ahead, Josh.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, not a ton. I mean, I was listening into when you guys were talking about the debt and everything, and just like conceptualizing how big that is. It's crazy that that is bigger than the entire supply of the money itself. Do you still have that debt clock on you, Jerry?
Yeah. Hey, Emily. You know, Josh.
37
Come on now.
trillion.
Of course I got it.
37.211.
This is the actual one that's connected to the Fed. So this is the
Nice.
one that's live time right now.
That's awesome.
Crazy. 37 trillion. Oof.
And again, when I'm walking out, they're like, "Wow, you're taking a lot of steps, Jerry." I'm like, "No, these are not steps, sir."
That's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot of steps, Jerry.
Now, what was the question
yeah.
about? Oh, quantum computing.
yeah.
What I tell people about this is like, look, man. At the end of the day, you don't want to be the low hanging fruit.
Mhm.
Okay, you don't want to be the easiest target. And if quantum computing does come out, which we know it is, who do you think they're going to go after first? The banking system or Bitcoiners?
Yeah.
How hard is it going to be for quantum? If people understand, even if you had a single sig and you had all your Bitcoin on Signal Sig, do you know how hard it is to crack that code?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that 12 or 24 words. Literally, you have a better chance to guess these 12 stars in a row versus getting 12 words in Bitcoin
Yep.
of the seed phrase. So again, the low hanging fruit, if that does happen, people have a lot more problems with their money in the quote unquote bank, their money in the bank than they do with Bitcoin. It's not even
yeah.
close. And if they do, and then once, let's just say the first person does get hacked by a quantum computer,
Mhm.
I think we'll already jump ahead of that, and we'll have quantum situations with cold stores that'll defeat that once something major happens, if it does happen.
Yep.
But if it does happen to somebody, I think the quantum anti-quantum resistant cold storages will be out by then. And if somebody gets hacked, it'll be somebody that didn't have it. That's my
Yeah.
prediction on it. I don't know.
Yep.
But again,
yeah,
you just
fair.
don't want to be the low hanging fruit, man.
Oh yeah. It's like, yeah, I know, like it's like everybody's bank account will be cooked. Because I mean they already have all our, social security and all this information is already out there. All they have to guess is four digits. That's it. That's so simple to like crack, 4 digits. And then you compare that to like cracking a Bitcoin wallet, 12 to 24 words. Like, yeah, good luck with that one. Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
if they wipe, hey Emily, how are you? Good to see you, Emily. If they wipe, let's just say they wipe a bank out of their digital
Mhm.
money in there, because there's no cash in there. Okay.
Yeah.
There is some cash, but not comparison to if everybody in this chat and everybody on the screen right now had our money in, whatever bank, quote unquote,
Mhm.
our money in that bank. If we all went up there at the same time and tried to get it, they don't have it. Okay. They just don't have the physical money. Maybe they can send it to you digitally. Oh, well, no. I want my cash. I want
Mhm.
my $600. I want my whatever it is. They don't have it, right?
Yeah.
If a quantum computer did come in there and wipe it out, first thing they're going to do is wipe out all the records that they have in there.
Yeah.
Right. So there's no way they can go back. That's number one. Number two, how are you going to figure out what you had? You don't know
Mhm.
what you had, right? Because
Yeah.
again, unlike Bitcoin, they don't have an immutable ledger. Let me say that again. An immutable ledger, meaning it cannot be changed. Bitcoin.
Mhm.
This fiat
Mhm.
stuff, they are low hanging fruit compared to us. We have
Yeah.
a ledger. I don't care what kind of quantum computer it has. Even if it stole somebody's single wallet or whatever, it can't stop the ledger.
Yeah.
It can't erase the ledger. And that's the big difference. And people got to understand that. So when people say, what about the quantum computer? I say, well, you better worry about your bank account, homie.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's
No,
what I say.
agreed. Backpacker technology should be driving price lower, and because it's not, that's a red flag in itself. Advancement in everything, people should be realizing that, and they don't. People have lost the ability to critical think. Yep. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Agreed.
You might as well do what you love if AI is gonna take all the jobs, right? You don't want to be stuck doing a job that you don't even like, and then AI comes and does it better than you. Like,
Yeah.
Start a Bitcoin podcast. You guys are financial expert, political experts, monetary, fiscal policy experts. The knowledge that you have today, even if you've been in Bitcoin for 3 to 6, 9, 12, whatever months you've been in,
Mhm.
I would start a side hustle in being a teacher on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Podcast, blogging, vlogging, whatever. Because
Mhm.
the masses are going to come in. They're going to be like, oh my God, Emily, can we learn from you, Backpacker? We want to learn from you because you guys are experts. These
Yep.
people have absolutely no idea what's going on. And it's not their fault.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. But the basic stuff that you know is going to be like rocket science to these people
Yeah.
in 3-5 years. So
Oh yeah.
get yourself ready for the future. Because again, AI can't can't replicate your personality. It can't replicate your teaching style. It can pretend to be you, but it'll be fake, you know. And there's going to be a premium to having people like Josh and people like Ralph up here, you know, giving their knowledge and information and their personality. And AI can't replicate that.
Yeah, that's true.
And the
You know,
fiat economy
that-
is so complicated because it like has to be like that by design. Like it's designed to make you feel stupid. Like people can go get a finance degree, study finance for 4 years, and still not have an idea about any of this stuff.
Mm-hmm. You know, the sad thing is like how you know, some Bitcoiners, they always say, oh, this is not financial advice. If you need, you know, financial advice, go talk to a financial advisor. To me, this thing, it feels so wrong to say this, because we know the truth. We understand money, but then we're like, hey, I can't give you advice, so go talk to somebody that doesn't know anything to learn from them so that they can teach you how to lose money. Like don't give financial advice thing. It just feels like, yeah, like, I don't know, man. It feels wrong to say it to me. Like I hate saying that in videos sometimes. Oh, this is not financial advice. Like, nah, bro, don't go take financial advice from these people. They don't know crap. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. We need a new financial advisor system out here. Or unless they start learning Bitcoin, like, we should not be saying these things anymore, you know?
I
actually
completely
looked
agree with that.
into like what it takes to be a financial advisor, and I think like it's actually not like that
Hard.
complicated.
Oh,
I
really?
don't know. I think so. I was talking to the financial advisor that my grandparents used because I was trying to tell them about STRF
Mhm.
strategies, preferred offering that's at the top of their capital stack, and the guy, like, he didn't really know, like,
He
he didn't
probably
know
looked at
much
you like
about
you're
it.
crazy. Yeah.
Like, he had a quarter of their portfolio and in this one like bond ETF, and just like super lame. And STRF has like double the yield. So I definitely think there's a market for like financial advising and people that understand Bitcoin and
Mhm.
understand Bitcoin backed financial products.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I agree. Yeah.
Completely agree. Thanks for everybody being here. Real quick, guys. If you're liking the video, hit the like button. Show Ralph and Josh some love, guys. I don't know if they have a QR code
And
or
Jerry
not.
too, man.
Yeah, it's not on my StreamYard, so I don't have
Oh,
the QR code, but
If you
yeah.
join what Ralph and Josh are putting down, make sure you guys, you know, if you feel like it, zap them
Oh yeah.
something.
Oh yeah.
And,
I don't have my QR code. I didn't set none of that up because that was my first time hosting. You know, nobody taught me anything, man. I feel like y'all should have taught me how to host. Y'all usually do the lives, man.
I got
yeah,
you.
it's so crazy being a because I am myself a Satoshi millionaire, barely one.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't have any. Yeah.
I'm barely one. I am
Yeah,
barely
yeah,
one.
barely.
I don't
Yeah.
want to be a hypocrite telling everybody to get to 1 million sats and I don't have it. So I barely got there. I got there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when you zap somebody 100 sats or 1,000 sats, people are like, oh, it's only 9 cents, and oh, it's only whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like when you know what that is in the future.
Oh
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Oh
So
yeah.
again, guys, the ultimate show of, hey, I really appreciate what you guys doing. Zap and Ralph and Josh, and they're putting in really, really good work. And these guys are future superstars, very young men. And especially Josh. Josh is very young.
Yeah, Josh is young.
And but they're consistent and they're out here, man.
I
You know
love
what I mean?
that.
And again, I don't know how much I got to pay them for having me up here. I really appreciate them doing this for me.
No,
And
man. No,
we'll do our thing. You know what I mean?
no, man. Just your presence enough is good enough for me, man.
I've been spending more and more time on Nostr. Are you guys on there more?
You know, I am not as much as I should, to be honest with you. I create an account and I'm like, okay, like, what do I do now? Like, I'm just like, because I've been creating so much content. I'm like, just spending more time on YouTube and stuff. I don't know. I feel like
it's
it
like
almost
a
feels like my audience is
gradual
there.
thing. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
you have to rush it, but I think it'll just like keep happening more and more.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Do you guys feel like, do you feel like posting on there, like, because I feel like my audience is not on there, that's why I don't spend too much time on there. Although, yeah, there are a lot of Bitcoiners, but I feel like I don't care about Bitcoiners really. I care about the people that are like, like Jerry said earlier, people that are stuck, their heads are in their ASS, and
Yeah.
then they don't have that time to like actually look at the bigger picture to understand why their money is not growing in value and stuff like that. So I guess that's probably why I'm not spending too much time on Nostr. I mean, that's my excuse. It might be a poor excuse, but hey,
Yeah,
I think I'll
I'm not like posting a ton, but I just think it's super interesting, and I think there's just like a lot more that could be built.
Yeah.
Like on top of it, like Sats Arcade, the
Yeah.
app that Forrest and I built.
Yeah.
Like I think things like that can kind of get people. Things that can be like a tool to orange pill people without like setting up an exchange and connecting your bank account and doing all this. Like if it's like things like Nostr, things like Sats Arcade, where you can just go play some games, like earn a few sats, and then through that you kind of learn like what sats are, how to withdraw those sats. Like I think there's a lot of potential there. And I was thinking about like with my YouTube channel, like I'm like very close to the monetization threshold, like 2,400 watch hours or whatever. I gotta get back consistent with it again. But I just think about like the potential, like if I'd put all that effort into, if YouTube was like a Nostr protocol, like I would have been compensated so much more for the value I provided. I've done all this work and I'm just like barely close to the finish line of starting to get monetized with YouTube.
Yeah. No, I agree. YouTube is like it's like another form of like rat race, basically. It's just, you just keep on going. They're gonna give you a cent, like, that's no, I know.
Yeah.
Very, very, very fiat.
Yeah. Oh, very, very, very fiat. Yeah. Unfortunately, playing the FA card is a great way to get sued. How would you guys recommend this happen? What steps would you take to move? I mean, hey.
Yeah, I mean, I looked into it, and there's like a decent amount of protections and stuff you can get.
Interesting.
I think that's like part of the training and like the exam you take. But
do you know how much school you have to do to become one?
Well, I was just asking ChatGPT about it, and they said there's like a reasonable path where you could. Well, there's like the CFA, which is like a much more exclusive thing that takes like years, but I think you can do it on some level. Just like there's like an exam or like a certification. I think it said like with like 6 months of studying you could get there. So I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Jerry, it ain't about the sats, bro. It's about the zaps and activity on the network, keeping it active, circular economy. That's true. I do agree with the second part, but it's definitely about the sats too, though, bro. Definitely. I disagree with that part, respectfully, Backpacker, because sats are it. I'm trying to earn as many sats as I can every single day. And again, I know what you mean. It is about the circular economy, but definitely, people are trying to earn sats out here.
Oh yeah, I need to Backpacker. I need to add you on my Nostr. I don't have I need to start building a following over there. I'm new. I'm very, very new to that space. There are not that many videos about it. Oh yeah, I use Primo actually. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. I know I'm about to end it in a little bit. I gotta head out soon. But you guys have any final thoughts, final comments? Anything that you guys think we should mention before we end it out? Oh, I guess not.
Well, I guess just keep stacking, man.
Yeah.
Keep stacking and earn more, spend less, put the rest in sats.
Yeah.
Try to earn as many fiat dollars as you can by providing as many dollars as you can at your job, overtime, side hustles, or whatever, and then try to make a sat. We call it a cash machine, a side hustle, but use a sat machine. I call it now, not a cash machine, where you can get paid literally and cut out the middleman and just get paid in sats.
Yep.
And look at every sat like $1 because they're worth more than $1. Because again, they're printing. I believe in that Coinbase commercial they said on average is $400 something dollars per day, and it's going to be more and more and more as the time goes on. It's going to be more and more and more. and every 4 years, the Satoshis being printed or mined or minted are going to be less and less and less. So again, these Satoshis one day will be worth more than $1 purchasing power. So get as many as you can today, and value your net worth not in dollars, but in Satoshis.
Agreed. Nah, I love that. Yeah, stay humble and stack sats. And also stop thinking about something that you would like to do that is not too stressful in your life, I guess. Because like I don't believe in the word retirement, but I believe in continue to provide value to your community until your time comes. So yeah, man. Backpacker. Oh yeah, actually I'll add that to my I have to figure that out actually. I just created the account yesterday, so
Make sure you guys subscribe to Josh at WorkSave Bitcoin, and also
Can I give
regular
a
Wealth.
quick shout out to? Could I share my screen for
yeah, of course, yeah.
for
Send it
Sats
through.
Arcade?
Yeah. Let me know when you have it up. Oh yeah, perfect.
Oh, yeah.
On stage.
Yeah, I just wanted to
Yeah.
show real quick the app we've been working on, Sats Arcade. So it's a online arcade where you can earn sats by competing on the leaderboard. You can also donate if you want to support the prize pool. You can see the total sats contributed here. So half the sats go to support the development of the game, and half go directly to the prize pool for the next week. We have some cool games. We're working on some other ones. Bitcoin Asteroids is my favorite. It's pretty fun, honestly. Like pretty solid. If you're just like
Mhm.
listening to a podcast or something, it's pretty good.
Yep.
It gets pretty hard as you go along. Improve your reaction time or whatever. But yeah, this is Sats Arcade. Open to any feedback or anything, you can contact us here. But yeah, that's Sats Arcade.
I love that, man.
Love that.
I
Love that.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I remember somebody. I think I don't know if you guys listen to the Bitcoin Over. Stacy, she was telling me how she used to have like I don't know some sort of machine that used to mine Bitcoin and Ethereum back in the days. And I love that you can like at this point in time you can still earn sats playing video games, because there will be a point where we will not be able to do this anymore. These things are probably going to be way too valuable to be given out for free. So yeah, man, take advantage of it while you can.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having me, man. I'll send
right.
you guys some. What I owe you guys for this to have me
Oh
up.
no. Like I said, Jerry, your presence is better than anything else in the world. Your time is, thank you for being here, Jerry, man. I appreciate you, man.
I'm working a double today with you guys.
Oh yeah. Oh man, yeah. No, I'm about to. I think I have a Bitcoin meetup actually after this. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go.
Nice.
Maybe actually next week, I don't know if you guys can do the same time. I was thinking about kind of talk. The topic can be like something like explaining what how fractional reserve banking works. I don't know if it's gonna be too boring of a topic. I don't know if you guys. I don't know what you guys think about that one for next week, but yeah, we can. Huh?
I don't know too much about it, but
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't promise I can make it at that time, but we'll see. Because this is early. For my grandson is.
Oh yeah,
this time
yeah.
right around. He's very active at this time. We go to the park and stuff, so I can try.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. All right, fellas. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching, and subscribe to Jerry, subscribe to Josh, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.
See you later.
Peace.